times now. I've been out of the country for a lot of that time, and it's nice to be back here and celebrating Shabbat with all of you. So we're gonna jump right in with our candle lighting and blessings. I'd like to call up our Oneg families from tonight, Juliet and Amy, to light the candles, and the blessings can be found on page 120. Amen.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who follows us with his growth, granting us to kindle the light of Shabbat. Amen.
Thank you. And so now we're going to welcome in the Sabbath bride with Lecha Dodi on page 138 and 139. We will sing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9, and when we get to verse 9, I invite you, if you're able, to rise and face the door and imagine Shabbat as a bride coming in through the doors, entering the sanctuary, and we're facing her to welcome her in. And as we get to the words, Bo'i chala, enter, O bride, you might bow to her if you feel so moved. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. 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 Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad, Hishmi anu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'shemo tiferet ve'litila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki hi mekor habracha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'machshavat tchila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, kiva orech kumiori, uri, shir daberi, kevod Adonai alayich nigla. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Bo'i v'shalom atet bala, gam b'simcha u'b'tzola, toch emunei am segula. Bo'i chala. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nekabela. Chadodi likrat kala, Pene Shabbat nekabela. You may be seated. And now that we've lit our Shabbat candles and welcomed in the Sabbath bride, we are ready to segue into our evening service with the Chatzi Kaddish on page 144. Yitkada v'yitkada shemei rabba be'amad yivrach yirteh v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon u'vyomechon u'v'chayetecho beit Yisrael bagala u'vizman kariv ve'imeru amen. Yehesh merabba mevarach ve'alamul al me'amaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yit'ale v'yithalal shemei dekudasha v'richu leila min kol berchata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata Damiran be'alma ve'imeru amen. On page 146, please prepare yourself for the call to worship, the Baruch Hu. Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. You may be seated. On page 149, let's all read together in the English. This is an hour of change. Within it we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back or cross, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. Page 151. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol, all these things your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works, and the living language that gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Page 152 and 153 is the Shema, followed by the Ve'ahavta. I invite you to prepare yourselves for these words of Torah. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים אלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם אלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם. You may be seated. Page 157. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. Mi chamocha bailim Adonai, mi kamocha neder bakodesh, nora tehilot osef ele, nora tehilot osef ele, malechutecha ra'u vanecha bokei hayam, לפני משה ומרים זה אלי, אנו ויאמרו אדוני, ימלוך עולם ועד, מי כמוך בailim אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. On page 160 is Hashkivenu. 2 weeks ago, we learned a new tune. Let's see how well, especially those of you who are at the sing-along that really learned it. Let's see if we remember it. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, V'hamidenu, Shomrenu l'chaim, Ufros aleinu, Sukat shalom lecha, Sukat shalom lecha. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, V'hamidenu, Shomrenu l'chaim, Ushmor tzedkenu, Uloenu l'chaim u'l'shalom. Sorry, I lost it a little bit there myself. Baruch atah Adonai, Haporeh sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. At our next sing-along, we will revisit that before we learn another new one. Moving on to Vishamru, page 162. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat. La'asot et HaShabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת. לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת. לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת. לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. And we come now to the central portion of our evening prayers. The Amidah, or Tefillah, begins on page 164 and continues over the next few pages. I invite you to prepare yourselves for this set of blessings. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Eternal God, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, Umevii Geula livnei v'neihem, Le'ma'an Shemo be'ahava, Melech ozer u'moshiach u'magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'Azrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh hakol, Atah Rab lehoshia, Mashiv haruach u'morid hagashem. Mechalkel chayim bechesed, Mechayeh hakol berachamim rabim. Somech noflim v'rofeh cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato, Lishenei afar. Micha mocha ba'al gevurot, Umido melech, Melech melich umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah l'hachayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, Ukroshim b'chol yom yehalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el hakadosh. You may be seated. We continue together in the English on page 173. Disturb us, Adonai. Ruffle us from our complacency. Make us dissatisfied with the peace of ignorance, with the quietude which arises from a shunning of the horror, the defeat, the bitterness, and the poverty, physical and spiritual, of humans. Shakas Adonai, Deny to us the false Shabbat, which gives us the delusions of satisfaction amid a world of war and hatred. Wake us, O God, and shake us from the sweet and sad poignancies rendered by half-forgotten melodies and rubric prayers of yesteryears. Make us know that the border of this sanctuary is not the border of the living, and the walls of your temples are not shelters from the winds of truth, justice, and reality. Disturb us, O God, and vex us. Let not your Shabbat be a day of torpor and slumber. Let it be a time to be stirred and spurred to action. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Page 175. You are with us in our prayer, our love and our doubt, in our longing to feel your presence and do your will. You are the still clear voice within us. Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble, when pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answer to our prayers. There may we find you, and there find courage, insight, and endurance. And let our worship bring us closer to one another, that all Israel and all who seek you may find new strength for your service. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otcha levadcha b'yirah na'avod. Page 177. When we behold your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars that you set in place, what are we humans that you are mindful of us? We mortals that you take note of us. You made us little less than divine, adorned us with glory and majesty. You gave us dominion over your handiwork, laying the world at our feet. How majestic is your name throughout the earth. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'eh lehodot. Page 178. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Ki atahu melech adon l'chol hashalom. V'tov benecha levarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol et u'v'chol sha'a b'shlomecha. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Tasim leolam. Baruch atah Adonai, hamvarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom. We take a moment now for silent prayer. You might use the words on pages 180 and 181 or the meditations of your own heart. Yehiyu leratzon imrefi v'hayom libi lefanecha. Adonai tzuri, Adonai tzuri, v'goali, v'goali. May the words of our mouths and the meditations of our hearts be acceptable to you, Adonai, our rock and redeemer. We turn our thoughts now to those who are ill and in need of healing. On our Mishaberach list this week is Ricky Grant, Mary Kennedy, Edith and Norman King, Skip and Kathy Brace, Denise Logan, Ruth Brenner, John Kaur, Rosalind Cantu, Peter Winkler, Karen Thompson, Dean Ashley, Bernard and Bernice Strassner, Sharon Buell, Jean Walker, Louis Perlman, Eileen Milner, Mike Haug, Bill Brooks, Brianna Campbell, Josiah Pendleton, Denise Smith, Lori Perry, Scott Platts, Dave Avery, Bob Sparkman, Harvey and Nancy Kronig, Mickey Rubel, Silly Sarah Bat Frumadina, Gail Garifo, Cheryl Maniho, Seal Honig, Debbie and Paul Nicely, McKenna Heiss, Bob Katz, Nick Joliat, Alan Goldstein, Rebecca Barnes, Steve and Marion Renard, Wendy Labanow, Benjamin Hartman, Scott King, Jeff Rosen, Donna Thatcher, Chegg King, Jeffrey Brace, and Kay Shane. And if anyone else has a name they'd like to share at this time, please do so. We pray for the healing for the health in mind, body, and spirit for all those in need. The Mishaberach is in the middle of page 371. Mishaberach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Le'imotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishaberach imotenu mekor habracha la'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. We also pray for the health and safety of all those in our community who are active military duty, first responders, and peacekeepers, those around the world whose jobs are dangerous so that our lives might not be. We have on that list Noah Kaplan, Oni Hinnanen, Joshua Ehrlichman, Martin Brown, Richard Rubino, Howard Mergler, Kyle Smet, Andrew Booth, Joseph Cald, Daniel and Bridget Stambowski, many members of the Nemero family, Pete Abelson, Jeremy Sharkey, Benjamin Hurd, Alexander Furman, Daniel Gilman, Curtis Miller, Rob Apgar, Ben Farrell, Caleb Menzies, and all those in the armed services and on ships at sea that are part of our digital community via our streaming. May the one who blessed our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and our mothers, Sarah, Rebecca, Leah, and Rachel, bless those who are serving in our armed services. May God guard them and keep them from harm. If they find themselves in dangerous path, may God bring them back, whole of mind and body, to all those who love them. May it be your will, Adonai Tzevaot, to lead them to safety and to protect them from each and every enemy and ambush. May God make their journey successful and guard their going out and coming in with mercy and love, and let them be blessed to return home with life and peace, now and forever. And let us say, good Shabbos. It's nice to be back. But I did write this before I left, just in case. So this week's Torah portion is Parsha Va'era, in which the plagues begin a little bit. Moses has spoken to the enslaved people of Israel a couple times now, gone before Pharaoh, and it's clear he's going to need some divine intervention to get the Israelites free. We get up to roughly plague 5 in this parsha. But even with all of the divine intervention, at the beginning, before the plagues officially begin, Moses is not totally sure if this plan is going to work. Even with the whole burning bush thing and the staff turning to a snake thing, he needs some more convincing. So early in the parsha, the Torah tells us that God spoke to Moses, sort of reintroducing God's self, saying, God spoke to Moses and said to him, I am the Lord. I appeared to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob as El Shaddai, but I did not make myself known to them by my name. I established with them my covenant to give them the land of Canaan, the land in which they lived as sojourners. So commenting on this sort of interesting reintroduction, because God and Moses have already met at the burning bush. God has already identified God's self as the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and that I am Hashem, and if the people in Egypt ask what you to call me, tell them I am that I am. And so Moses already knows all this, but God's repeating himself. So the Talmud says, when God said this to Moses, God was also saying, I regret the loss of those who passed away and are no longer found. Many times I revealed myself to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and they did not question my ways, nor did they ever say to me, what is your name? You, on the other hand, asked from the start, what is your name? And now you are saying to me that you have not saved your people? Rashi expands on this. God says, you question my ways, unlike Abraham, to whom I said, Isaac shall be considered your seed. And then I said, raise him up to me as an offering. And he did it. Still he did not question me. So although these quotes specifically point to a potentially contentious nature of the relationship between God and Moses, I find their dynamic generally really interesting, and these quotes really encapsulate part of what I find so beautiful about the way God and Moses interact throughout the rest of the Torah. In the Torah, and especially in many of the Midrashim throughout the wanderings in the desert, God and Moses are constantly challenging each other and calling each other out. They often speak to each other like a married couple and speak about the children of Israel as though they were literally the children of that union, and particularly difficult children as that. There's a lot of, have you seen what your child did at school today kind of thing throughout the rest of the Torah and Midrashim. And of course, their relationship is by no means that of equals. Moses still constantly has to pray to God, repent, seek God's help and mercy, and is very much at the mercy of God when God says, time's up, you don't get to enter the promised land. So it's, maybe not the best model to model a marriage after, but, other than that, the comfort with which Moses feels, the comfort that Moses feels in expressing his real concerns and frustrations in any given situation is an excellent model for any human-divine relationship. He has no problem blaming God for the difficulties in his life and really taking God to task for sort of letting the situation get to how bad it is at this point in the Torah in Egypt. And so even if you, today, reading this, don't believe in this sort of anthropomorphic or direct action deity that we see here, as many don't anymore, I think the idea of accessing a divine presence and scolding it for unfair predicaments is still a really worthwhile way to look at this all. And also to use that as accessing that divine presence to look for guidance out of said predicament. I think that's a very fair way to engage of the force of the universe. It allows for a fair amount of agency and self-reliance, while also allowing for some relief in acknowledging that you can't account for everything, and sometimes crummy situations are going to just fall in your lap, and you need someone to blame, and when it's clear it's no one's fault, it's nice to blame God or the universe or Murphy's Law, whatever you call it. It's beyond your control, and it's really cathartic to shake your fist in that general direction, which Moses does to God a lot. So may you find your voice as Moses does throughout the Torah. May you find comfort in your relationship with the divine as you define it. And may you feel in control of your life in healthy and supported ways. Amen, Shabbat Shalom, and Happy New Year. We are going to turn now to our concluding prayer. So I'd like to invite Julia and Amy back up to open the Ark for the Aleinu for us. The Aleinu can be found on page 586, and I invite the rest of you to prepare yourselves for the Ark to be opened. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגור עלינו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו, ושמו, ושמו אחד. You may be seated. And we turn our thoughts now to those who are no longer with us in body, but remain with us in spirit. Over the last couple weeks, since we last came together for a Shabbat, we marked yahrzeits for Lori Cheryl Cartel, Dorothy Norin Salinger, John Nabozny, George Hankin, Jacob Nemero, Sylvia Berkowitz, Eddie Scher, Julius Daniels, William Bernstein, William Chu, Aaron Samuel Thaler, Edith Brodsky Rothstein, Wilmer Chu, Charlotte Thaler, Harry Dornfeld, Lillian Levin, Irvin Lewis Schrager. And we are still within the year of mourning for Pat Burton, Alexandra Haley, Irvin Younger, Melvin Wax, Bernice and Sylvan Simon, Cecil and David Rosenthal, Jerry Rabinowitz, Rose Mallinger, Richard Gottfried, Joyce Feinberg, Daniel Stein, Ivy Bells, Betsy Klarman, Jeannie Grissom, Lee McCoy, Renee Adler-Kaplan, Norman Rosen, Tom Metzler, Amanda Chazen, Rodney Smith, Diane King, Alyssa Al-Hadef, Scott Beagle, Martin Ducongliano, Nicholas Doret, Aaron Feiss, Jamie Gutenberg, Chris Hickston, Luke Hoyer, Kara Loughran, Gina Montalto, Joaquin Oliver, Elena Petty, Meadow Pollack, Helena Ramsey, Alex Schachter, Carmen Shentrup, and Peter Wang. If anyone else has a name of someone they'd like to share, please do so. The Mourner's Kaddish is on page 598. Mourners and those who wish to join them may rise. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divra pirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kariv v'imru, Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam olamei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, Vit hadar, vit ale, vit halal, shemei dekudesha berichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechemata, da'amiran ba'alma v'imru, Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim alenu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, alenu ve'al kol Yisrael, Imru. Amen. You may be seated. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, imru, amen. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. V'imru. I'd like to call up now our president, Alec Levy, for some announcements.
Thank you, Rabbi Liz. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Rabbi Liz, for leading us in a wonderful service. Thank you to Juliet and Amy for the wonderful oneg that we'll all be enjoying here momentarily. Lots going on. So this Sunday, religious school reconvenes after the winter break at 9:30. Then at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday, adult ed with the rabbi, Ezra and Nehemiah. And that'll be an 8-session curriculum. It'll go every Sunday at 1 o'clock for the 8 sessions. If you can't make every session, try to make at least some. Rabbi puts on a very interesting adult education program every time. And then Sunday night at 6 o'clock, Sisterhood will have the Rosh Chodesh service. Next Friday at 6:30, there'll be Tat Shabbat right here. And then, I'm advancing on my phone to make sure I get all this information right. The following Sunday, that's Sunday, January 13th, there will be, for not just religious school, but also for the parents of religious school students, there will be breakfast with the rabbi, a learning session. And part of it will be combined with the religious school, and part of it will be separate learning session just for the parents. So come enjoy breakfast, enjoy and learn a little bit more. And then the Friday after that, which is Friday, January 18th, there is Shabbat service will start at 7 o'clock. It is a Ner Shalom religious school participation service, so the religious school students will be helping to lead the service. Again, that's Friday, the 18th of January. Service starts at 7 o'clock, not at 7:30. And I think there was one more thing I wanted to mention. Yes. And then Sunday, January 20th, 2 nights after that, the Tu B'Shvat Seder will be held. There'll be no religious school that day because it's Martin Luther King's birthday weekend, but the Tu B'Shvat Seder will be held. It'll start at 5 o'clock. Did I get that right? Yes. 5 o'clock, and it's a wonderful event, so hope to see everyone there. And we do have ongoing our fundraiser to improve the lighting and other aspects outside. And yes, I noticed that it is a bit cold in here. The heater over the lobby died on us, and we're working to get it replaced. But in the meantime, we're trying to get the two on either side to kick out enough heat to help heat the lobby and keep this room warm. And while we're trying to raise funds for, and we're not trying to raise funds for that, that's coming out of the reserve. But while we're trying to raise funds for the lights outside, I do note that some of you may work for the federal government and may be on furlough, and if you are, please don't worry about dues at this time. If past experience is any guide, you'll get paid eventually, but don't worry about temple dues while you're not receiving a paycheck, if anyone is in that category. Did I miss anything?
I just want to add one thing to the Sisterhood event this Sunday. It's not just for Sisterhood members. All women and girls are encouraged to come. Rosh Chodesh is a special monthly celebration of femininity, so where it's open to all the ladies of Ner Shalom.
Thank you. Shabbat Shalom.
And we will close our service tonight with Ein Kelohenu on page 626. Ein Kelohenu, Ein Kadonenu, Ein Kemalkenu, Ein Kemoshienu, Mi Elohenu, Mi Chadonenu, Mi Chemalkenu, Mi Chemoshienu, Nodel Elohenu, Nodel Adonenu, Nodel Malkenu, Nodel Moshienu, Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkenu, Baruch Moshienu, Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkenu, Atahu Moshienu. Shabbat Shalom. Please join us for Kiddush and Oneg.